All right. How you doing? It is the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show, coming to you on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Coming to you rain, sleet, snow, or shine, mostly sun in this time of year. But we're here every day with bells on to give you insights of the world of the HBCU platform. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. The website is obnradio.com. And of course, in the Prairie View community, you can always check us out at 87.9 FM. And if you're on the go, always dial 605-477-5066. And without any further ado, we'll jump right into today's episode. Top of the morning to you as we cruise closer to the 44th Annual Prairie View Alumni Association Convention down in the Big Easy. And speaking of the Big Easy in the area of Louisiana, of course, the other day we gave you some insights on some possible strategic moves being made by Grambling State University. And of course, G Nation chimed in as expected to be. The first thing that I will clear up is that instead of jumping straight to the FBS, the ultimate plan would be to consider going over to the Southland Conference. And then from the Southland Conference, making the leap of faith to potentially the Sun Belt Conference. Here is how I assess this. Going over to the Southland Conference.
We stuck together, just me and you. It took a long time to get what we got today. Now you want to give it all up for another guy. Baby, I'm telling you, don't let things that fool ya. Don't let it change your mind.
Is not as plentiful as it would appear. They are wishing that they were in the position that we, the Southwestern Athletic Conference and the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, were in as far as television rights. Yes, you may even cut down on a few of your travel expenses, but ultimately, to me, you get more bang for your buck. You stay in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, beat up on them, then make the leap of faith to the Sun Belt. That's just my opinion. And it got me to thinking, a lot of things have changed since 1920. A lot of things have changed here since 2000. And what if there had been a mass exodus from the Southwestern Athletic Conference? Who would leave? Who would stay? Would the conference even survive? And I began to scratch my head and ponder. And I came to this assessment. The two schools that appear, and I'm saying appear, to be the first to likely make that Exodus trip would be Grambling and Southern. I could see those two possibly saying, all right, enough is enough. We'll see you when we see you. And potentially the conference going down to 8 schools. Wouldn't want to see it, but that is a strong possibility. Then I began to look a little further. Who else would potentially try to make that Exodus trip? And just perusing through, the only other one that I could potentially think of who would try to make that move would possibly be Jackson State. Not in the immediate future, but sometime down the road. And I'm looking at this and assessing this. I love the fact that those three teams are in the conference. But is it time to start preparing just in case? Would you try to replace those programs or would you adjust and move forward? I personally think that you make it just one conference instead of an East and a West, if this were the case for those two or three to vacate, and just have a free for all. Have a free for all. Reconstruct some things on how it could be and should be. Certain schools, you make it that you don't even face them to bring credibility and respectability back to your conference. Just some outside thoughts, thinking out loud, as they like to call it. But some very interesting potential moves to be made in the near future. Now, I hadn't got anything on the inside. I was just scratching my head, thinking out loud, had one of those epiphany moments, and started saying, what if? But unless something is done drastically to change the way things are being operated within the Southwest Athletic Conference, these could become realities. That's why it's so important that we have strong athletic directors. Let's be honest, majority of our presidents don't have time to be focused on sports. Let's be honest again. Some of them probably are not really that concerned about sports. They just tolerate it because it became part of the package. But a strong athletic director, their job is to educate the presidents, the prevosts, and everyone else involved on A, what the plan is, B, the outline to bring the plan to fruition, and then C, the ability to make it happen. And that is the key position, in my opinion, for all of this to work. We don't need athletic directors who have become puppets. We don't need athletic directors who are afraid to speak in the role of leadership, not in the role of insubordination, but in the role of leadership, because sometimes the boss doesn't get it right. And because we're in position of leadership, we should be able to come to the table, sit at the table and say, no, boss, that's not quite how it works. This is a better scenario without having to walk on eggshells. Because if that is not the case, there is no freedom and it becomes all dictatorship. But we are at a very critical fork in the road as a conference to where we're headed. And guess what? We control our destiny. We control our fate. So SWAC Nation, please let's get it right. We need a commissioner. PV Nation, please let's get it right. We need an athletic director. We can make things happen if we truly want them to happen. Case in point, the football players in Louisville said we do not want to play under the shadow of John Snyder, a.k.a. Papa John. That was a lot of money for naming rights. But sometimes, just like the old domino saying, all money is not good money. Let us stand up and make a true difference, starting from the inside out. As I may mention, the Prairie View National Alumni Association 44th Annual Convention will be this week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And also, I got to give a shout out to my lovely Zeta sisters, their boule will also be going on that weekend. So it's going to be packed in the Big Easy. Is it not ever packed in the Big Easy? So they'll be heading out. Don't forget the Athletic Summit will be on Saturday, July 21st. Get in, get informed. A plethora of coaches will be there on hand. Coach Vernon Bland from softball, Coach Sandy Pugh from women's basketball, Coach Byron Smith from men's basketball, Coach Kevin Jennings from golf, and the Ghost, Coach Eric Dooley from football, all scheduled to be on site, along with Miss Alicia Peep and Mr. Fred Washington. That's July 21st in the Big Easy. Get in and get informed. Got a very special project working just for you. The MEAC Media Day will be on July 27th. And if all things work, we'll be able to give you that live right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network at obnradio.com. We'll give you more details about that as things unfold. And speaking of unfolding, July 26th, they meet for camp. July 27th will be the beginning of football camp officially. PV Nation, are you ready for the Eric Dooley era? Because ready or not, here it comes. For those of you who keep up and pay attention to detail, you notice I've been hashtagging PVU. Hashtag PVU simply stands for Prairie View United. Let's get together, let's make things happen, and let's move full steam ahead. PV Nation, who you rooting for? I am the doctor, the radio guy, Mike Prince. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. Of course, the website is obnradio.com. The message line that you can call and leave your detailed information, even ask a question or two, simply by dialing 713-570-6736. That number again, 713-570-6736. We're actually taking a poll right now, seeing if you guys would be interested in hearing us come live to you on Saturday mornings. We have 3 time slots from 8 to 10, from 9 to 11, or from 10 to 12. Go in and cast your vote right now. All you have to do is simply go to the Twitter handle at Radio Guy. Cast your vote today. I am out of time and I must exit stage left. Don't forget, all that glitters is not gold. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.